probably best. I guess I'll just straight up copy what she did and try to make a cupcake. I'm not very inspired right now at all. So here we go. Just want to make sure I get my... Okay. Alright. That is my blindfold attempt at a cupcake. My bangs are probably a mess. But there's what we got. Not terrible, but I also didn't, she kind of put down she had several markers, and so she put them down and was changing them out. I didn't have to do that, so I had a lot better idea of where I was bearings-wise, but I bought this chalk paint. It's in the color Slate, and I've chosen this thing. It came in some sort of a package not too long ago, and this is what I'm going to chalkboard. Hello! Welcome. I hope that I have this angled right because I can't actually see behind the camera. So that's a thing. Also, if you hear some weird noises, there's a 3-year-old running around in the hallway. So that's happening. But for right now, I'm working on my Inspired by Moriah Elizabeth's Things to Do in Your Board art series. So I finished my old artwork. Here is this one. It was a squishy. This was the first one I worked on, and the pumpkin. So I finished those. This one was a year or more behind. But now I'm erasing. But I did finally get to a rose thing that I like. And now she used slick paint for hers. I have some of it, the puffy paint. So going to chalkboard one side of this. And also this is gray, it's not black because I couldn't find black anywhere. And that makes sense because everybody else got black. And they can't keep stuff in stock these days. So I'm just going to take this. I got the actual paint, chalkboard paint, as opposed to the spray. That way I didn't waste money on them, A, and B, don't have to go and buy a giant bag of stuffing, because I don't know about where you guys live, but where I live, there's not a lot of... Okay, so I currently have this. I sewed 2 little arms and some ears. Hello, welcome back. I'm not feeling sad anymore, but we're going to continue with things to do when we're bored. So when we last left, we were letting this dry, and we were letting the water art dry. So let me show you that. So there we have it. You can see I've cleaned off the salt, and we have some lovely salt. Okay, so I threaded the beads on our little tassel, and then we're going to continue with our clipboard. So for those of you, we have that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a fancy F for FCA on the clipboard, and I have my Posca pen, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. Hello and welcome back to much later, but we're not going to talk about that. So the beads are done. They turned out very pretty. I think some of them ended up massive and some of them ended up tiny, but I will tell you this, they all ended up very, very pretty. So yay! So we have that. Now we're going to get on to the tassel, which is from the newest one, because of course that happened. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not. So first you have to unstring your tassel string, and we start wrapping it around our hands until we decide that it's enough, apparently. So I'm gonna do that. Okay. So there we go. Alright, so that is what I went with. Because it's just going to be the base and you're going to put stuff on top of this, I went with a really simple squiggly F design. Yes, that is an F, not an S. But yeah, that's what I went with for that. So our clipboard is done, our tassel is done, and now for the final thing, we made this the chalkboard point. And so now we just got to put something on this. We have to decorate this somehow. Okay, so this is a little quote. It got a little messy in the end because I was using these liquid chalks, my metallics, and I was trying to make gold polka dots, and they ended up dripping everywhere because I was pressing down and it caused a lot of the liquid chalk to spill, and then I went like this and they dripped, and then I tried to clean it up, and there we go. But it says, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are an entire ocean in a drop," by Rumi. I love that quote, that, you know, you are full of depth and everything. So I'm no longer bored, and I did all those crafts. I absolutely love Moriah Elizabeth, and again, this was in honor of her, and I will see you all for the next one. I think my next inspired thing is going to be Amber Shoal, but I will see you all later, and happy crafting. And again, these are not my ideas, they were Moriah Elizabeth's. This is paying homage because I do love her style, and even though I seemed a little crabby, there's just been a lot going on, but I did really enjoy the crafts and had a good time, and I hope you have a good time when you do them too.